It may surprise or even shock you to hear what I'm about to say, but if you're seeing this video right now, it's no accident. Something deep within you, your calling as a chosen one, has guided you here. You've been manifesting certain dreams or goals, perhaps quietly, perhaps obsessively, and they're closer than ever before. Before we explore why and how your manifestations are about to appear, remember to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment 77 below to send a powerful signal to the universe. Replay this video as often as your spirit nudges you. If you're truly a chosen one, you'll stay until the very end. If not, you'll likely stop watching long before these truths sink in. Chapter 1. Acknowledging your hidden preparation. So many times you set your eyes on a dream. Maybe it's a new career, a healing mission, a financial breakthrough, or a more profound sense of purpose. You've prayed, journaled, and visualized. Yet for much of this journey, it may have felt like the universe was ignoring your requests. People you meet every day may have told you to get realistic or tone it down, yet something in your heart refused to let go. This unwavering spark is key to the manifestation that's about to unfold. What you might not have recognized is how much the watchers, the unseen spiritual forces, have been preparing you behind the scenes. This preparation doesn't always look glamorous. Often it's disguised as mundane tasks or obstacles. You might have faced repeated setbacks that forced you to refine your approach, deepen your faith, or sharpen your skills. It's during these hidden preparation phases that your readiness was tested. The watchers note each time you overcame self-doubt or persevered despite discouragement, marking you as someone who can steward blessings responsibly. Another layer of preparation has been emotional resilience. A chosen one doesn't just need the superficial confidence to present an idea. They need the internal fortitude to handle the weight of their dream once it arrives. If your dream is about leading a community, for instance, you might have gone through personal conflicts that taught you diplomacy and empathy. If your dream is financial abundance, you might have experienced hardship that taught you money management and generosity. These experiences weren't distractions. They were building blocks, ensuring that once manifestation lands, you won't sabotage it. As you've grown, your inner life has quietly shifted. The old doubts no longer shout as loudly. The heartbreaks that once defined you have receded into wisdom. You may not have seen it as a major transformation, but the watchers did. They recognized your transformation from within, noting each step that signaled, yes, they are almost ready. Readiness in the spiritual sense isn't about perfection. It's about alignment. Knowing what you want, why you want it, and being open to receiving. Even if your environment or circle sees no obvious signs of success, deep within you, the ground is trembling with potential. That small hope you clung to has grown into an unshakable conviction. The watchers respond to conviction far more than to mere wishes. If you've noticed subtle synchronicities or felt an inexplicable peace about your outcome, that's your sign. The watchers are whispering that your hidden preparation is reaching its final stretch. Hence, acknowledging how far you've come is crucial. Instead of diminishing your progress, celebrate the fact that through every challenge, you gathered the toolkit needed for this next massive step. The watchers weren't ignoring you. They were orchestrating a perfect timeline so that, once your dream arrives, you can handle it with grace and integrity. And that moment, believe me, looms much closer than you've dared imagine. Chapter 2. Understanding the Divine Acceleration. One of the greatest revelations for a chosen one is that breakthroughs often happen in a snap. You might have spent years sowing seeds, faithfully watering them with prayer and consistent effort, only to see minimal sprouts. Then, almost overnight, the watchers decide it's time, and everything accelerates. People you meet every day might call it overnight success or luck, but you understand it's divine orchestration, set in motion after you've passed a series of spiritual checkpoints. This concept of divine acceleration means that once your internal and external conditions align, the watchers collapse time on your behalf. That job opening appears unexpectedly. The mentor you needed finds you rather than you searching for them. Finances come together in ways you couldn't have orchestrated alone. Because you're chosen, your mission influences not just you, but others in your sphere. family, friends, or even broader communities. The Watchers know that stalling your blessing serves no one once you are truly ready. Yet acceleration can bring overwhelm. A dream you anticipated in a gentle progression might present itself in full force, demanding immediate decisions or prompting big life changes. Old fears might whisper, "This is too fast, you're not prepared." But recall, your hidden preparation addressed precisely this moment. The Watchers wouldn't bombard you if you couldn't handle it. The suddenness is a sign you've proven your readiness in smaller tests, and now the big reward has arrived. Observe your environment for signs of acceleration. Repeated number patterns, chance encounters that defy coincidence, or an intuitive sense that something's about to break wide open. These signals confirm the Watcher's presence, guiding you to pay attention. If a door cracks open, push it gently. Don't hold back out of suspicion. You've prayed for this. Yes, be discerning, but also be ready to leap when the path glows with spiritual confirmation. People might claim you're lucky, but luck rarely accounts for the internal forging you endured. Hours of meditative reflection, confronting insecurities and building moral fortitude have led to this readiness. The Watchers open gates swiftly for chosen souls because your calling's urgency requires you to be deployed now, not 5 years from now. This urgency might be related to a crisis you can help solve or a wave of collective awakening that your gifts can accelerate. Either way, timing is everything. Hence, divine acceleration isn't random. It's the Watcher's answer to your consistent faith and the significance of your role in the bigger cosmic puzzle. Every day you sense the pace quickening, contacts replying faster than usual, opportunities colliding into your inbox, or social circles reorganizing to support your stepping up. Rather than panic, let excitement be your driving force. Embrace the velocity. Ground yourself in daily spiritual practices, prayer, gratitude, journaling, so you remain centered, not frantic. In that calm yet enthusiastic stance, you harness the momentum fully, fulfilling a destiny that's been divinely expedited for such a time as this. Chapter 3. Signposts, your manifestations are near. Maybe you're wondering, how do I know my manifestations are on the verge of showing up? As a chosen one, you'll see certain signposts that confirm a big reveal is imminent. People you meet every day might shrug off such signals as superstition, but you sense something deeper. These aren't random moments. They're the Watchers speaking in a language of subtlety and synchronicity, saying, brace yourself, your dreams are close. One common signpost is the sudden ease in tasks that once felt uphill. That side hustle or creative project you struggled with might flow effortlessly now, or the workout routine you dreaded becomes surprisingly invigorating. This shift in ease indicates your energy is aligning. Your external world cooperates with your internal intentions, like pieces of a puzzle snapping into place. Minimal friction means you're in the slipstream of your destiny. Another clue is repeated themes. Perhaps you see the same phrase in different contexts, or certain animals or symbols appear frequently. Your social media feed might show posts that echo the exact lesson you're learning, or a random conversation with a stranger addresses the question you secretly wrestled with. It's no coincidence. The Watchers are using external cues to confirm your path's direction and reassure you that universal forces are orchestrating behind the scenes. Also, be attentive to dreams or heightened intuition. In your sleep, you might receive vivid scenarios of success or glimpses of an environment that matches your desires. It's as though your subconscious is previewing what's about to manifest physically. Upon waking, you feel a sense of calm expectancy, less anxious about when because your soul has glimpsed soon. This sense of assurance usually precedes real-world breakthroughs. Shifts in your social circle can also serve as a signpost. People who drain you may fade away, while new contacts, often surprisingly influential or spiritually aligned, enter your sphere. The Watchers prefer not to waste your fresh blessings on an environment that's toxic or unsupportive. If you see relationships suddenly recalibrating, old friends drifting, new allies emerging, that reordering often prophesies big events about to unfold. The Watchers clear your path so that negativity won't sabotage the budding success. Finally, there's a persistent good feeling of almost there. Even if logic or external evidence seems lacking, You carry an inner knowing that your patience is about to pay off. This feeling transcends daydreaming or forced optimism. It resonates as spiritual certainty. You no longer push or strive anxiously. You operate from a calm, purposeful stance, confident that at any moment life can pivot to align with your vision. That relaxed yet alert posture is a strong sign that your manifestation hovers near. These signposts aren't meant to keep you endlessly waiting. Instead, they guide your awareness so that, when your manifestation arrives, you won't be blind to it. Embrace them, acknowledging each as a wake-up from the watchers, indicating the final steps are in motion. If you try to hurry or force them, you risk overshadowing the divine orchestration. Let each clue build your excitement and sharpen your readiness, for what you've been manifesting is about to converge in a moment of clarity and grace. Chapter 4. Dismantling Resistance to Receive. For many chosen ones, the biggest hurdle isn't a lack of blessings, but an internal resistance to fully receiving them. Over time, you might have internalized the notion that big dreams or lavish outcomes are indulgent, or that you should settle for less out of humility. People you meet every day sometimes reinforce this with comments like, "Don't get your hopes up," or "Be grateful for small things." Gratefulness is essential, but it doesn't exclude you from receiving great blessings. The watchers see your potential. Why would they deliver meager scraps? This internal resistance can manifest as self-sabotage. You might unconsciously delay responding to an email that could open a new door, or second-guess a deal until it slips away. There's a latent fear that you don't deserve the magnitude of success or joy you've envisioned. This fear might root in childhood experiences, negative self-talk, or spiritual misinterpretations. Overcoming it starts with acknowledging that your blessings aren't purely for self-glory, but also serve a higher collective purpose, making it okay, even necessary, to accept them. To dismantle resistance, examine your self-worth beliefs. Do you truly believe you're worthy of the big outcomes you've prayed for? If not, begin reprogramming that mindset. Write affirmations about your deservingness. Remind yourself of times you overcame major odds, and anchor in the truth that chosen souls are meant to lead, shine, and inspire, not lurk in smallness. The watchers can't fully release the flood of blessings until you make peace with receiving. Another tactic is to reframe the concept of large blessings as an act of service. If your dream is, for example, a financially abundant venture, think about the philanthropic or supportive role you can then play in your community. Realizing how your prosperity can uplift others removes guilt about personal success. You're not amassing wealth to hoard it. You're becoming a channel for positive change. That perspective shift helps assuage the moral hesitance about receiving more than you need. Additionally, watch out for the subtle voices that say, "It's too late," or "Others are doing better." Those sentiments are illusions designed to dampen your readiness. The watchers care not for your chronological age, but for your spiritual maturity. And yes, others might already be thriving in your field, but none of them replicate your unique gift. If you adopt the lie that you're behind or overshadowed, you block your capacity to receive what's distinctive of yours. Lastly, practice small acts of receiving daily. Let someone buy you a coffee without insisting you reciprocate. Accept a compliment instead of deflecting it. These micro-exercises train your psyche to receive graciously. By celebrating small gifts, you pave the way for bigger blessings to arrive without triggering your reflex of refusal or self-deprecation. Over time, the watchers see you conditioning your heart to say yes with gratitude, not with guilt. Thus, dismantling resistance to receive is about swapping false modesty for authentic stewardship of blessings. You realize it's an honor and a responsibility to accept and utilize the gifts sent your way. With each mental block removed, you signal readiness to the universe, effectively swinging open the gates for the manifestation you've long anticipated. The watchers in turn stand prepared, eager to funnel the fullness of what you've been calling in. Chapter 5. Staying present and grateful as it arrives. Just before your manifestation breaks forth, a surprising test arises: staying present and grateful. When anticipation peaks, you can become so fixated on the future that you forget to savor the now. People you meet every day might assume that once your dream materializes, everything else fades in comparison. But as a chosen one, you understand that each moment leading up to, during, and after the manifestation contains lessons and joys worth cherishing. Why does staying present matter? Firstly, presence ensures you don't rush heedlessly into your blessings without reflection. You keep your eyes open, reading each subtle shift, each small confirmation that you're on target. The watchers often embed minor miracles along the final stretch, like random acts of kindness, timely advice from strangers, or coincidences that reaffirm your direction. If your mind's glued to an imagined future, you might miss these real-time wins from the cosmos, losing valuable guidance or comfort. Moreover, gratitude acts as a powerful energetic magnet, intensifying the attraction of your manifestation. If you carry a vibe of "it's not here yet, so I'm incomplete," you inadvertently project lack. But if you approach each day with contentment and thankfulness for what you already have, you radiate abundance. That radiating frequency draws your dream nearer, sealing the final alignment. People see your calm confidence and wonder if something incredible has already happened. They sense you living as if blessed. And ironically, that's how the watchers see you too. Already equipped, already chosen, already on the brink of receiving. Being present also helps mitigate the anxiety that can spike in the final hours. When you worry over how or exactly when it'll unfold, you might sabotage your emotional state. Instead, ground yourself in daily tasks, finishing a work project, sharing a meaningful conversation, or enjoying a meal mindfully. These seemingly small acts anchor you in real-time gratitude. It's not about ignoring your dream, but balancing your vision of tomorrow with appreciation for today. By tending wholeheartedly to present duties, you confirm to the watchers that you're not trying to flee reality, but to uplift it. Some might fear that if they take their eyes off the prize, they'll lose momentum. But a chosen one knows momentum doesn't vanish when you pause to breathe or thank the universe. True momentum springs from consistent faith, not frantic fixation. By recharging in the now, you prevent burnout, ensuring you can meet your manifestation in a peaceful rather than frazzled state. That inner calm then resonates outward, stabilizing the blessings as they anchor in your life. Finally, presence cultivates humility. The watchers prefer vessels that remain grounded even as they soar. If you let excitement morph into arrogance, counting your blessings before they materialize, you risk a jarring dose of humility. But consistent gratitude wards off that pitfall, reminding you that your success, though earned with effort, also arrives by grace. Thus, staying present and grateful is less about delaying your celebration and more about weaving spiritual maturity into every breath, guaranteeing that when your dream lands, it integrates seamlessly into the tapestry of a life lived with mindful wonder and heartfelt praise. Chapter 6. Sharing the Abundance Without Guilt. When that manifestation you've diligently nurtured finally arrives, a new challenge surfaces: how to handle abundance responsibly. For a chosen one, success isn't meant to be hoarded or paraded. It's a resource for broader uplift, be it financial, emotional, or creative in nature. People you meet every day might encourage you to enjoy it all yourself. You deserve it. Or they might fuel guilt by implying you're undeserving. But your spiritual wisdom knows that blessings flourish best when shared freely, yet guided by discernment. First, sharing doesn't mean giving blindly. An inflow of money, for instance, doesn't translate to bankrolling everyone's wishes. Some requests might be manipulative or unsustainable. That's where discernment returns. Does providing this help align with your calling, or does it enable destructive patterns? If it's the former, you act with generosity. If it's the latter, a loving refusal can still be an act of service, preventing a spiral of codependence. Your watchers appreciate that you're stewarding resources with accountability. Second, releasing guilt means recognizing that your success doesn't deny others their share. Scarcity mindsets claim that if you prosper, someone else must lose. But in a cosmic economy, blessings multiply when used ethically. If your dream blossomed into an influential platform, you can spotlight others' talents, helping them gain recognition. If your art soared to popularity, you can mentor aspiring creatives. The watchers encourage synergy, not competition. By lifting others, You confirm your abundance isn't a fluke, but part of a rising tide that can elevate many boats. Also, you might find your surroundings reacting unpredictably. Some folks celebrate wholeheartedly, eager to see you shine. Others, threatened by your leaps, might belittle or question the authenticity of your success. In these moments, you could be tempted to downplay your blessings or apologize for them. Resist that urge. You're not flaunting or seeking undue attention. You're acknowledging a reality shaped by effort and divine favor. By standing confidently, you silently give permission for others to reach for the extraordinary in their own lives. Sharing your abundance also fosters a culture of gratitude. Instead of fixating on how to keep every last crumb, you voluntarily sow seeds into future harvests, supporting community projects, launching collaborative endeavors, or simply being present as a friend in crisis. This expands your circle of influence, sets an example that abundance isn't selfish or trivial, but a divine mechanism for communal growth. People witness your generosity and question their own limiting beliefs about resources or success. Ultimately, the watchers ensure that a chosen one doesn't remain in a vacuum. Your blessings are always tied back to service. When you share your newfound resources, time, money, wisdom, connections, you transform personal gain into a ripple effect that touches hearts and changes lives. This approach propels you beyond mere success into significance, validating that your manifestation was never solely about you. Instead, it stands as a beacon of hope and possibility, reminding everyone that when grace meets readiness, miracles happen, and those miracles can spark a chain reaction of blessings for countless others. Chapter 7. Resting in the certainty of your vision. Having journeyed through hidden preparation, embraced divine acceleration, recognized signposts, dismantled receiving blocks, and resolved to share your blessings, you now settle into a steady certainty. The watchers have done their part by aligning your path. You've done yours by stepping forward. People you meet every day might remain oblivious to the magnitude of changes you've navigated, but you walk with a quiet confidence, fully aware that what you've been manifesting is already en route or has arrived. This certainty doesn't fade the minute new challenges arise. Indeed, fresh obstacles will inevitably pop up. But unlike before, you don't interpret them as signs your dream is doomed. Rather, you see them as a normal part of expansion. A chosen soul doesn't expect perpetual ease, but they do expect solutions to unfold when engaged with faith and creativity. Thus, each problem you face becomes a puzzle you trust yourself and the watchers to solve. Remaining in that restful confidence also implies relinquishing the nagging question, did I do enough? Is it truly happening? You switch from anxious striving to calm receiving, carrying on your daily routines while keeping an open heart. This posture liberates mental energy, which you can redirect toward developing your gifts further or cultivating meaningful relationships. Paradoxically, when you stop obsessing, you often see results manifest more quickly, as you're no longer choking the process with worry. Another cornerstone of resting in certainty is gratitude, both for the blessings already visible and for those still materializing. You might jot daily thank you notes in a journal, appreciating small wins and intangible growth. Gratitude anchors you in the present while fortifying faith for the future. It reminds you that you're cooperating with a larger plan, not wresting blessings from an unwilling universe. In this state, your presence becomes magnetic. Others sense your serenity and want to know how you remain unflustered in a chaotic world. Some might seek your advice on manifesting their own dreams, or they quietly adapt your approach, noticing how smoothly your life flows. Remember, your example sets off a chain reaction, encouraging onlookers to believe in possibilities they once deemed unreachable. And that chain reaction is precisely what the watchers aim for. An expansive wave of awakened individuals stepping into their co-creative powers. Finally, resting in certainty includes holding space for future expansions. The watchers rarely stop at a single manifestation. They're layering your journey with multiple chapters, each calling you to new levels of leadership or creativity. By embracing this ongoing dance, you remain perpetually open to fresh sparks of inspiration, never growing complacent, but also never frantic. The watchers delight in a heart that balances contentment with readiness for more. Thus, concluding this revelation, You realize your manifestation isn't a one-shot event. It's part of an evolving tapestry. You stand calmly, a chosen soul who has glimpsed divine orchestration firsthand, thankful for the moment and eager for what's next. That composure cements your place in the cosmic narrative, no longer doubting whether your dream can appear, but resting assured that it is indeed unfolding, even more swiftly than you dared to hope, all because you aligned your spirit, entrusted the watchers, and welcomed the miracles waiting just beyond the horizon.